So now I'm living in my van by choice. I'm the current prophet, and if nobody likes it, too bad.
2.
You take my money,
1.
you cut me off, and you say I'm too short.
What the fuck is up, my friend?
Shorty.
So oh God, I am so glad that speaking of this is a shorty. This.
Do you want to? Should we start each shorty by explaining what a shorty is?
Or should we just scream shorty? I'm just gonna scream shorty. Shorty. I love the fact that we'll do the shorties. No, I'll explain it after this.
Yeah.
Especially when we do the last episode we did was more on a more serious than anything. We obviously had fun with it, but the topics just was more of a serious thing. So it's so nice to just have this other outlet that we could use to kind of just have fun with it.
For those of you wondering, we were talking about which ethnic groups we could do without on this.
Believe it or not, planet. That list was a lot bigger than I anticipated.
We only left like 3 by the end of it.
Yeah. Apparently, if you're not white, it ain't right. Amen,
That's
brother.
what I always say.
Amen. But I did want to tell you something, or talk to you about something. It is a little late on it because it happened on Halloween. But did you see
Travis? Lost your virginity?
Yes, again. Did you see Travis Scott's Batman costume?
Oh, that guy got fucking roasted.
Dude, he got so roasted. He deleted his Instagram because he got bullied so much.
I was
like, good God. But did you see his did you see the memes and shit?
I saw the one of him like where they were saying he's a roach. You saw that one?
Did you see what was that that cartoon that was on Nickelodeon? It was like a wrestling luchadora maybe.
Nickelodeon?
Yeah, it was an animated show.
Oh, I think Lucha Libre?
It could have been that one.
I think you mean WB.
Was it on WB?
I mean, I'll pull it up, but
I'm not for sure. But the flea.
If it's that,
people were saying he looked like him. People had so many fucking. It was just endless. It was so amazing.
I don't follow him on anything, so
Neither
I didn't know.
I.
But I had heard about like some of the stuff,
right?
And I saw that it was pretty fucked up. And I thought it was hilarious that they were just going like really.
Dude,
after
they went in on him for sure.
It definitely has to do with the fact that like if you're a celebrity and you have the money to get something like that, make it look good.
Yeah.
Don't.
And he chose.
He had like it was like a different color.
Yeah, it was like brown.
It was like this weird brown shade.
Like shit brown.
That's why he looked like a cockroach.
Yeah, I was like, you got to contrast a little bit better, buddy. It was not. It was very funny. It was warranted, I believe. Honestly,
poor idea on his part. Yeah, for sure. Whoever thought of that one.
Dude, he needs to reevaluate his circle of friends because anyone
nobody
told him like, yo,
that's the thing about being that rich and famous.
This is also true.
Like you surround yourself by
He's got that McDonald's money now.
Yeah. Go and have the Travis Scott meal. It's just like, what was it? It was
like a fucking hamburger with like crack in it or something. It's just something stupid with a little bit of lean and Sprite.
They give you a Batman toy. No, it was just like a fucking sandwich with like a Sprite and fries.
Like barbecue sauce.
They acted like it was like a really special fucking meal.
No.
I think what they did was they just called the publicist of whatever celebrity they had, and they were just like, "Hey, can you tell them to pick a couple things off the menu and just
what does
we'll
he
just
get?
say that's their fucking thing." Like, oh yeah, I'm sure every time the fucking multimillionaire Travis Scott is going through the McDonald's drive-thru, he's got his own special order. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
every time.
I guarantee
every fucking time.
It's like he's probably like, yeah, can you make me my Big Mac with Tiger's tears?
Tiger's tears and Tiger's blood. We're living a tiger life.
God, man. You know what we have to do?
What's that?
We gotta
whip our dicks out.
We gotta say R.I.P. to Alex Trebek.
Ooh, that is very true.
Dude, Alex Trebek died. And Sean Connery.
We
didn't even get the chance to talk. It's crazy because remember those SNL skits? From
the fucking Jeopardy ones?
Sean Connery and fucking Alex Trebek.
Yo.
Holy fuck.
Shuck it, Trebek. I fucking love those. Are like my favorite ones. Where he's like,
oh my god!
I remember
and then they would have a fucking
Will Ferrell was the
Norm Macdonald, and he would play Burt Reynolds. Like he'd play like
so fucking clueless and shit.
Famous titties. It's famous titles.
I'm gonna go for a petite
Dolly
tit.
Parton.
I'm gonna go for ape tit. That's a petite.
A petite amour.
Abe Titmore.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, they both fucking died within what, like a week or two
apart.
of each other?
Yeah, I think it was like a week or so.
Yeah. That's fucking.
I actually,
as much as I like the Bond movies and stuff like that, I think I saw like Sean Connery's Bond once, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. It was just like a one-time thing. I may have never seen it,
but if I did, it was probably once. So I can't say I was a huge fan of his work because I also didn't really watch any of his other filmography either. Like
there was a few movies that I've watched,
of his, but none of them that I would say were exactly masterpieces. He's also done a lot of shit in his career too.
This is also true. There was the Rock. That movie was pretty good.
Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, Dwayne Johnson.
They got Sean Connery to play him.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was like that movie, The Wrestler. They got instead of Mickey Rourke.
Oh god.
They got fucking Sean Connery to play him.
Yep.
But Dad, I want to be a wrestler like you. I want to be
a wrestler like you.
It's in my blood. He's just like, they get this like fucking 70-year-old man to come out playing
that movie,
Rock?
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh yes,
you remember
that's what I was referring to when I said I've seen a lot of his shit.
Dude, that was a shit show.
What I think is really funny is that his character dies at the end of the movie. And
Spoiler alert!
And then they bury him in Africa, and then Africa resurrects him, like the whole fucking like continent. It brings him back to life. And
if they could do that, Bozeman would be back by now.
Yeah, right.
They're not wasting it on Connery.
The first actor that Africa resurrects isn't the Black Panther. It's Sean Connery. Right. Make it happen, Hollywood.
Yep.
What if we bring Sean Connery back to play the Black Panther?
Yes. I mean, that's the origin story. Is he gets brought and resurrected back,
and he's like, "What is this?"
Because you imagine he's got like a super fit body, and then he takes like the mask comes off, and it's just his old face. Rest in peace, my guy.
They don't ever. Rest in peace to Alex Trebek and Sean Connery.
I actually saw some pretty funny videos with Alex Trebek. He was doing like some promo commercials for Jeopardy. Like I guess like it looked like it was like from the 80s or some shit, and it was Jeopardy, and you could just call up the number and like play over your phone. And it was the most ridiculous thing. And even he like was like, this is so fucking stupid.
Retarded,
yeah. So he's like doing these things like, you can call us 24/7. He's like, why the fuck would anyone call us 24/7?
Like the sex line. Like Trebek has to pick up in the middle of the night. Hello.
It just direct lines to his fucking house. I'm fucking getting sick of this
like
shit.
a fucking robe.
What is a robe?
It's like, no, it's like, I don't know, like 4 soft, 5 hard. I don't know.
Grandma.
What are you? Yeah.
I told you to stop calling me. This is getting ridiculous.
I'm hanging up now.
No,
I saw that he made the announcement that his battle with cancer like a while ago.
Yeah, it was about like I felt like towards the beginning of the year.
I think he said like he was going to have to start taking a step back from everything because it was looking like he wasn't going to make it out, which I thought was really admirable of him to do because he had like an aggressive form of cancer. I don't know if it was prostate cancer or something else.
I believe it was colon or prostate or something.
Honestly,
it was one of those.
Yeah, it was
like
one of
really
the more
bad,
like really aggressive ones. If you catch it too late, there's really not much you can do about it. So, yeah, I think that goes to show a lot of the character though with a lot of these guys who really, you think of someone like Chadwick Boseman who kept his illness completely secret.
I think like just the closest people.
Nobody found out about it until they had to pronounce him dead. It was never public.
And he completely he didn't mention it at all. He just went about his business, and he still was
kept his character with Alan Rickman too.
Right.
From like Die Hard and
the Harry
also
Potter
played Snape and the Harry Potter franchise. Like he was keeping that shit to himself until it became a necessity, and then you've got Alex Trebek, who probably the only reason he probably said anything was because he knew like he was going to have to make arrangements for the show to move on without him, which is probably, I guess, you're already dealing with the idea of like your impending
death,
mortality, facing that and like having to leave your wife and family behind and all of that. But then I guess there's probably an added pressure of like you're leaving the legacy of this show behind.
I was like, because he's been for like, what, 30 years or some shit like that? I mean, I don't know how long it was. It's fucking
I don't know how long Jeopardy's been on. Like
it's
on
been
the air,
minute.
but yeah,
I mean,
way longer than I've been alive.
Since I can remember being a kid going to school and coming, like having those sick days, you always watch Jeopardy. You always watch like Judge Judy.
I would say it probably started somewhere in like the 80s or 70s.
Right. I think probably like the 80s, maybe. I mean,
maybe, unless I don't know. It might be older than we even think it is. It might be the 70s.
That's crazy.
So,
though. But yeah, I mean, he is, not like when you think of Jeopardy, you think of Trebek, like it's just hand in hand kind of a thing. So it is going to be kind of sad to see that, that transition and stuff. But I mean, shit happens. I mean, people get old. It is kind of scary though, seeing all these people that we grew up around or like grew up watching and stuff like that.
So I was thinking about that today.
It's getting weird
because I told you I was watching the 25th anniversary.
of the Def Jam, yeah,
Def Jam comedy, and it was really cool. First of all, they got like every famous black person who's ever existed. Like I legitimately was just like I'm looking and I'm like, oh yeah, that guy was like in an episode of Grey's Anatomy. Like just some random, like you would see people there and you're like, you're not even famous.
Like, come on,
you're just black and have done things.
Yeah.
Like I was seeing people there that I was like, holy shit, what are you doing there, man? Like I'm like left and right. I was like, when are they gonna fucking bring out Jesse Smollett? like just like pull him down on a crane.
Yep. It's like a Britney Spears fucking live
let him
performance.
Drop in from a drone. He's just like hanging from a drone. He's got like the noose around his neck still.
Oh, that guy's a piece of shit.
He's wearing like an Elvis, like an Elvis like suit, like one of those fucking with the tassels and stuff.
You gotta have the tassels.
It says like N-word faggot on the.
Oh my god.
From what they supposedly called him.
Right.
Oh, it's fantastic. Oh my god, dude.
Oh, dude, that's so fucked up though.
God, no, I was watching that and I was
You said that they did do some type of like
yeah, they were doing like tributes
right,
to like the black comedians that have passed. And what I found weird about it though was that they were doing ones. Bernie Mac died a long time ago.
Yeah, it's been a
very long time ago.
Like
no, it's been
10
like
years,
I think it's been like 10 years or more. He died a long time ago, and they did it. So it makes me believe, like, I don't know how frequently they do these anniversary things for the.
Because you said it was the 25th one.
It said the 25th, but I don't know if that means they're doing it consecutively, or maybe they only celebrate it every couple of years. Like, I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I'm not for sure. I feel like
the anniversary. It wasn't
probably
necessarily Def Jam. It was the anniversary of Def Jam.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe this is the first time they've ever done an anniversary event for it.
It could be.
It just falls on the 25th annual year of it.
It could have been.
But it's still, it was still crazy to see, like, they had like this whole string of like comedians that they had like they would play like little bits of theirs, like very quickly. It was like a 30-second bit that they would play.
Yeah.
So it like did all these ones and like you'd be watching and you're like, oh, I remember her. Oh, I remember him. Like, and then you're like, oh, fuck, he died. Like, shit like that. And you're just like, dude, you briefly remember some of these people from the movies you watched as a kid or TV shows or like, dude, I saw this one chick and she was on this show that I watched as a kid and she was dead. And I was like, dude, she's dead. I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, she fucking died, dude.
Like, no, fuck my life.
I was like, fuck.
What show was it?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
It was from when I was a kid, like really, really young.
Yeah.
And it was just one of those shows that was like always on in the background of your childhood. It was one of those things.
No, Jerry Springer.
Probably like UPN.
Probably.
Dude, I asked my fiance, I was just like, dude, you remember all the shows? Like, do you remember UPN? And she was like, no. I'm like, you don't remember UPN, bro? Like, it was like the fucking rip-off black people version of like Fox.
Yeah, it was kind of fun. It was weird.
It was like, it had all these fucking throwaway sitcoms that like were like not really that great, but like they were just like okay.
They were like, yeah, enough to be watchable.
But it was something about it. They'd had like character to it that like the other
soul
networks
and flavor.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it was. Seasoning.
That's called salt, my friend.
Yeah. So yeah, it was interesting because then obviously you start to see the ones that you recognize, which really the only ones that I knew by name for like the comedians that had passed were Patrice O'Neal, and
Bernie Mac.
And Bernie Mac was at the end, and they and then D.L. Hewley, Cedric the Entertainer, and
that motherfucker,
Steve Harvey. They came out on stage and they talked about Bernie Mac, and they didn't talk about any of the other comedians that were on there, which I thought was really funny.
It's a boss move.
Obviously, he's the biggest name on there.
Did you ever watch this Bernie Mac show?
Yeah, I did.
I really loved it.
Watched
it. It was pretty funny.
I thought it was really good.
Funny.
Yeah. It's so funny because
I loved his little monologues and shit.
Those are the best. Yeah. It really makes you fall in love with somebody. I also watched that movie that he did right before he died.
Transformers?
Where he's the car salesman. The most crucial character in the entire franchise.
That's what made that movie.
Shia LaBeouf would have never gotten that car and wound up in rehab without Bernie Mac's help.
Maybe Bernie Mac wouldn't be dead. Just saying.
I think Shia fucking killed Bernie Mac in a fucking drug-fueled rage.
Yup. Him and Megan Fox got all fucking cracked out and killed him.
Yeah, no.
R.I.P.
He made some movie where he played like a retired are they
gonna say
jazz
retarded
musician or something? And
was it like a comedy?
Yes.
You didn't say that very confidently.
I saw it when I was a kid because at the time I watched the Bernie Mac show all the time, and I remember renting the DVD from Blockbuster. That's how long ago this was.
The only other movie I could think of that he was in was, Bad Santa, obviously.
Oh yeah.
But do you remember? It was a shitty rom-com with Ashton Kutcher, and Ashton Kutcher's dating his daughter.
It was a remake of a movie from the 70s.
Yeah, it's
the original movies. I think it's Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, and I think the remake with him is Guess Who.
Yeah, that's the one. I don't remember him in too many movies, but I remember the Bernie Mac show. That was one that was fucking funny. We used to watch a lot.
I had actually never seen any of his stand-up.
It's actually good.
Yeah, I saw little clips of it after I saw that because I was laughing, we're just watching the clips and shit.
His energy, though. So
I started watching it.
That's what goes with it.
Yeah, it definitely,
his delivery and energy.
It's a character that, some people have, a delivery to the way that they do things that jokes wouldn't necessarily work if somebody else did it.
Right, 100%.
Like Mark Normand or something like that.
Or even Norm Macdonald. There's a good prime example of that. No one else could tell his jokes. A lot of their stuff isn't necessarily that it's a well-crafted,
joke. It has a lot to do with how you go about
the delivery,
performing everything. It's all a performance, and it's all about the delivery and the build up to everything. It's the tone of your voice. It's something that you either have or you don't.
Right.
So you would never be able to replicate Norm's.
No, you couldn't. No one else. That's what I'm saying. That's how come you can't.
Or Mark Normand. You couldn't replicate their thing either without doing a full on impression of them.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. That's why you don't see anyone else that's like Norm.
It's like that guy who does those impressions of all the black comedians. I think it's Jay Farrow. Right?
The one that was on SNL for a little bit.
Yeah. He does Tracy Morgan, Dave Chappelle, Catwoman. He does Eddie Murphy. He even looks like Eddie Murphy. he does everybody, right? And he has that one joke where he plays all of the black comedians, which is really funny because then he's going into each one. Yeah. And he perfectly switches between them.
No, he is for what he does.
Chris
he's
Rock
pretty talented.
Hannibal Buress, and it's just really funny. But yeah, you wouldn't be able to do their bits without completely mimicking them, which is what would happen with me when I was a kid. And I would literally sit there and learn. I would rewatch over and over and over and over again Dave Chappelle's comedy specials.
Was it the Killing Him Softly?
That one, and
I used to watch that all the time.
I would watch his three biggest ones, and
that was the one I can't remember the other ones.
What's it called? And I would learn every single bit. Fucking top to bottom. I would learn the tone, the way he did it, his mannerisms, everything. And you bet your sweet ass I would say every fucking word.
Even the N-word?
Yeah.
No.
So I would go to school and
like
it would
perform
turn into a thing where like I would go to recess, and all the kids would be like, he's gonna do it, and I would just say the N-word. I would stand around there and I would be like, da, 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 da. And I would do the whole fucking thing.
So what's up with airplane food? This guy's going places.
But seriously, yeah, that's
that's funny though.
That's the only way you could do it though. You wouldn't be able to replicate that without it's so specific, you know.
Yeah, that's how. It was so funny that because I did a similar thing with George Lopez, and because that's another guy that's very specific. Yeah, right. And I just remember
fucking face he does.
He does, yeah. He's very with his hands. But I remember one of his jokes when he was talking about when he was like a kid, telling his grandma he wants to go.
Real spick shit.
Yeah, it really was, dude. It just made me laugh so hard because like that's something like my grandparents or like my dad would say. But he was like, I want to go to Disneyland. And the grandma's like, fucking kid, Disneyland. Lift up the fucking fridge. There's a mouse right there. Same thing, stupid. Like, it's a fucking mouse. It's like just little stupid shit like that. And then, yeah, I remember I'd watch that shit every weekend. Come Monday when we got back to school, we're eating lunch and I'm fucking just performing, you know, from act 1 to the end, word for word, mannerisms, everything, just doing this, you know, fucking just mimicking them. And, dude, I fucking love doing that shit. Rest in peace, George Lopez, even though you're not dead.
Oh, man.
You got anything else to say?
I was saying what's it called? We really got to do, what's it called? That thing I was telling you about where we,
write some material?
Yeah. We're trying. We got to do one of these where we try and be funny.
We've been trying for like a year now. It's not working.
You've been trying?
I mean,
I've just been coming in here and
you've just been coming in.
I've been
here.
coasting,
just coming everywhere in here. It's disgusting.
I've been waiting for you to turn it on first, and then I was going to really go for it. Yeah.
See, I've been going at 100 miles an hour this whole time. This is me at my top peak.
You're running on empty, huh?
Yeah.
This is it.
It's just downhill from here, baby.
You're done.
We're done.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure that we were on the same page.
You're going to have to carry this thing on your back for the foreseeable future.
God, you sound just like my fiance.
And then spick.
Dude, like we had this conversation in the episode, for anyone who's wondering why we keep saying spick, there was like a little disagreement between me and my fiance about some that she was like upset with my use of the word in our last week's full length episode of the podcast. And
so check that episode out.
Dude, I'm a spick. What are you talking about? I can't say spick?
Spick, please.
And even if I wasn't, I'd fucking say it.
On that note, everyone, spick or not, we love you.
Nah.
We love you a little bit less.
If you are one.
Yeah. Sorry, brother. Yeah.
But thanks, guys, and see ya.
Go fuck yourselves in the nicest way possible.
He was like a heavy turtle on my back, like 3 big bags of sugar. And then you take my money, you cut me off, and you say I'm too short.